The world ends with you, Neo. Oh man, oh man. I just finished playing this game and I gotta say, Square Enix has really stepped it up with this game. If you played the original that came out in 2007, you've already know this game was one of a kind. I mean, Square Enix really knows how to innovate in, with their battle system, and also not just the battle system, but with their style of storytelling. So with Neo, The World Ends With You, this game really took it a step up. And now with voice acting, with voiceovers and some CGI scenes, some scenes, for the story, it made the experience of this game so much better, just so much more satisfying, and it was worth the $60 I spent on this game. I'm really glad they made a sequel for this game because, this is one of those games that is really good, but it's like nobody knows about. That's what this kind of game is. It's really good, but nobody knows about it. Like you go on RPG websites, you go on YouTubers that talk about gaming. Very few people will mention this game. Will mention The World Ends With You. I don't know why, but hey, I love the game. I recommend it. So let's go ahead and let's start the review. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Hello, guys. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell right there so that you can get notifications every time I upload a video. Okay? Enjoy. What is up, guys? This is your boy Andy Metros. Welcome to Andy RCB, where I talk about anime, manga, video games, geek culture, and Japanese culture. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite RPG games, Neo, The World Ends With You. Now, let's start with the story. So, with Neo, The World Ends With You, or Neo Twiwi, as some people call it, new characters, man, it has new characters, new everything, but it still takes place in Shibuya. Ooh, yeah. Now, we got Rindo, Fred, Nagi, Minamimoto, which he was in the original game. In the original game, he was actually a Reaper instead of one of the players. There's Shoka, one of the new characters, and there's the return of Beat. Yes, Beat from the original, and a new character will be returning. If you play the original game, I don't want to spoil it, so I'm gonna leave this other character in secret. Now, I've been to Shibuya, and it felt great wandering around, the city again. Like a lot of the locations that are in the game, I've actually been to. The Scramble Crossing, the 104 building actually is the 109 building, but because of copyright issue, Square Enix made it the 104 building instead of the 109, building in the real world. It's actually the 109 building. The Reaper games are fun, but it looks like this time someone was messing with the rules, trying to destroy Shibuya, and our heroes Rindo, Fred, and Nagi, they go and try to figure out what happened. And throughout the game, you go on these really cool missions, and also you help people. You help people with the noise. Some people get possessed by the noise. These creatures, these dark creatures that that basically they feed off negativity. And these are the villains that you fight. If you guys ever played Kingdom Hearts, basically these are the Heartless in this game. Now, for the gameplay, the battle system is as fun as it ever was. Because you have to remember the original game was for the Nintendo DS, and the battle system was made for the touchscreen of the Nintendo DS so that you can play with the little, what do you call it, the little pen, the touch pen, right? So you would tap on the screen, and that's how Neku would activate his pins, whichever pin he was using. But in the original game, it was just Neku and Shiki, right? Those are the characters that you would play with. So using pins for the battle, it has changed a little bit because now, because you have so many characters, each character will use one pin as opposed to one character using many pins. So you're with Fred, Rindo, Nagi, Minamimoto, Shoka, Beat. Each of them, you have to assign a separate pin, and that pin is assigned to a button. right? And that's the button that you press to, like, you know, continue to using the pin. So it's really cool. The buttons will change depending on which pin you are using. Now, by the end of the game, you will be playing with 6 different characters on your team, meaning that you will be using 6 different kinds of pin, unless you know, you choose the same ones. And now, here's a little tip for the game. You can lower your level to increase the pin drops. So, in order to get all the pins, or to get new pins and rare pins that are more powerful, you can lower your level. So if you're at level 50 or level 40, you can lower your level to level 35, 30, and that would increase the drop rate, so you can get new items and new pins. The same thing with the difficulty. You can change the level of difficulty from easy, normal, and hard, and there is an ultimate level of difficulty, but I've never used it. You can buy clothes for the characters to increase their stats, but be careful, some threads have jinx abilities. Now, after fighting many battles, the team will get hungry, so you will have to go to a restaurant and eat, which will then boost your stats. So this is really cool, because, you know, it's kind of like you go to a restaurant, you recharge, and then, you know, your attack points, your defense points, your HP, all of that increases. Now, this is a really cool part about the battle system. The team attacks are amazing, and these moves can be done by reaching 100% of your groove. Your groove, which is basically like this, it's kind of like this meter bar. Well, it's not a bar, but it's this meter. Well, like the more damage you do simultaneously with other characters, your groove increases, and once you reach 100 or above, it will do a special move, a special attack. One of the coolest moves is when you reach 300% of your groove. All your teammates, they, you know, oh man, I don't want to spoil it because it's so good, so I'm just gonna leave it at there. I'm gonna leave it at that, and you guys are gonna have to figure out the rest. Now, for the overall experience of this game, so the original game for the Nintendo DS is really cool. It's man, it has so many memories of that game. It's one of my favorite Square Enix games. The great thing about this game is the characters, you know, in the new game. The banter, the bickering between them feels like you are hanging out with good old friends. Now, also the comic book and manga style of the dialogue is really cool. Some people might not like it, but if you are a manga reader or a comic book reader, then you will probably like it. And now with voiceover it's even better. You know, you get to hear the voice of each character. One of my favorite characters, Beat, because, you know, he talks very street, very American. Square Enix did a great job at the English translation. So hearing the characters talk, it's like, oh man, it's like it's music to my ears. It sounds, you know, it's so cool. It's such a great experience, and I'm definitely gonna play the game again. Now, the story and the characters of this game are breathtaking. They're very stylish, but it's a shame that the game is not as popular, as stylish as it is, as, you know, as stylish as it is, and as, you know, as good of a soundtrack that it has, you know, because the soundtrack is just amazing. The game is not very popular. I don't know if Square Enix just didn't put much effort on the marketing, but this game deserves more buzz. Okay, this game really deserves to be more popular. It deserves more recognition, because it has so much style. The soundtrack is amazing. The artwork is amazing in this game, and it takes place in Shibuya. You know, basically it takes place in Tokyo. It's an amazing city. The battle system is just so cool. You know, I don't understand why this game is not more popular. It just, I don't understand it. But whatever. Also, the world ends with you. It makes you want to go to Shibuya, because that's where the story takes place. So when you are walking around Shibuya now in this in 3D, in this CGI redesign, reimagine Shibuya of the world ends with you. It makes you want to go to Tokyo. It makes you want to see parts of Shibuya. And because, for example, Takeshita Street in Harajuku, I've actually been there. That area was actually in the game originally. There's other parts of Shibuya that I did not see last time I went to Japan in 2019, and I would like to go and see. So if you're interested in going to Japan, this game is actually really cool because it shows you areas of Shibuya that are really cool. Like Takeshita Street, Harajuku, that's where all the girls go shopping. But there's also some guy stuff there, so don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, guys. Now, Andy RTV gives this game a 9.5 out of 10. Yes, 9.5 out of 10. Go out and check out the game, guys. It's really cool. If you're a Square Enix type of guy, if you're a Square Enix fan, if you like Square Enix games, go check out this game. Also, a lot of the characters from The World Ends With You, they were actually in Kingdom Hearts. Okay, I think it was Dream Drop Distance where Neku, Shiki, and the gang, they were in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance with Sora, and I think it was because it was a sleeping world. I'm not exactly sure, but I didn't play that game. I didn't play I didn't play Dream Drop Distance because I had sold my Nintendo DS by that time. But whatever. Anyways, so yeah, 9.5 out of 10. This game is really cool. Go check it out, and whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more stuff on video games. If you like Square Enix, Final Fantasy, I talk a lot about Final Fantasy, RPG games, the gaming industry, and as well as anime, manga, geek culture, and Japanese culture. Because I'm all about that Japan, yo. Tokyo, know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, I'll see you later. Godspeed.